Do you ever feel like you've lost inspiration for your writing, or maybe even have writer's block and not really sure what to do for new content? Well, I'm going to talk to you today about finding inspiration for your content. I'm Dolly Freeman, founder of Focus Blogging Conference, and I blog personally at joiningthehome.com. I'm really excited to be sharing with you about a continuation for my new system that I have in place, and I share that on another video that you can find on my YouTube channel, as well as at focusbloggingconference.com. But today, I'm going to take that system of creating your content for a full quarter and showing you how to actually find the content that you're going to be putting into your editorial calendar for your content. What I have found over the almost 4 years of blogging is that finding the good content is not always easy, and it's not the funnest thing to do unless you're inspired. So today I came in one of the most creative places in my home, in my daughter's room. She is one of very creative people that I know. In fact, she's done the headboard behind me. She designed it and put it together with 100-year-old wood from a family farm. And she's really inspired about the creativity that she has been gifted with. And so if you feel like maybe you're not gifted with creativity and you lack the motivation and the focus to bring that creativity to your blog, I'm going to share some ideas with you that hopefully will help you get inspired and will help you to organize yourself in a system that will enable you to fill out your editorial calendar for a whole quarter. And maybe even you find you have too many ideas and can easily push out more than a quarter of ideas. So let's start with number one, creative ideas. We talked about that. You know, when you're living life, a lot of my blog posts comes from my own life, whether it be with my parenting tactics of how I parent, or what's working in my marriage, or what wasn't working and that we fixed, as well as my homeschooling journey and sharing the joyful things that come out of it. So I have a lot of inspiration from my creative ideas that come from life and just living it. So there are many times I'm in the shower, minding my own business, going with, just the daily things of life. And next thing you know, I have a creative idea that just comes out of nowhere, it seems. And if you don't write those ideas down, you can easily lose them, so that when you sit in front of your editorial calendar or your blog getting ready to post, you may not remember what those ideas were, and they could have been stellar. That would really cause a lot of traffic to come to your blog pretty quickly. So I want to encourage you to have a system in place for when those creative ideas come into play into your mind, and to be able to jot them down. So I use Todoist, and it's a free program that you can use online, Todoist.com, and I have different categories for different folders for the categories that I write on, so that whenever I get inspired with an idea, I try not to leave it in my head too long and get it down there. I've also used pen and paper because sometimes they're the closest things to me. And then I can also use whatever system you have. I've used Evernote before. I've used Pages to just jot them down, or Microsoft. It doesn't matter. The point is, when you have them, put it in a place that works for you in a system, so that when you're ready to plan your editorial calendar, your creative ideas are already there in front of you. Now, what happens if you don't have those creative ideas? Spend some time in Pinterest. Spend some time on Instagram. Get inspired by the world around you. If you feel like your life doesn't provide you that kind of inspiration, let others bring it to you. The next thing is your top 10 posts for a follow-up post. So if you go into your Google Analytics and look at what your top 10 post is over a time, whether it be from the beginning of your blogging or in the last 6 months, it doesn't matter. You decide. And then whatever your top 10 posts are, look at them and see if you can't consider a follow-up post that would be as in the same theme. So for instance, I have a post that's been doing very well in the last 3 or 4 months, and it's called A Complete Guide for Cruising. Well, that post has been doing so well, and our family had the opportunity to go on a cruise with our children for the first time. And so while I was on the cruise, I was seeing a lot of tips that I wish I had implemented, because my 6-year-old kept me busy. That was not a relaxing cruise, but oh, it was so full of memories, so I cannot regret it in any way. But what it was really neat about that is when before I had gotten on the cruise, I knew that post was doing well and I hadn't had time to be creative about it. And so while I was in there, I realized I need a follow-up post about how to cruise with kids. So that's on my this quarter's calendar, is so that I can have a follow-up post. I can add that to my already top post and have the traffic coming, and then I can also promote my top post and my new post so that I can, kind of like double up on some traffic there. So I would encourage you to have some time to plan that by looking through your Google Analytics. And then the third thing is monetizing your own content. If you have a product out there, whether it be an ebook or an e-course, what are you doing on your own blog to promote it with content? I would come up with 3 to 4 posts that would be relevant to the product that you have, that you could make it into evergreen content, write it out and promote your own content, your own product within the content that you have. And that way, instead of always promoting your product, you could promote content, offering additional information for your readers, and then letting them fall in love with your ideas and your concepts so that they can come back around and buy your product. So I would encourage you to spend some time in thinking about how to promote your own product through content. The next one is the same concept, only instead of your own product, you're using affiliate links to promote and gain momentum in your monetizing. So what you would want to do is think about those affiliate links that are already doing really good for you. What's bringing in your most income right now? So for me, I have a notebook pages post that brings in a lot of income for me. And so what I want to do is come around and think of some more that'll do really well with that. Of course, Amazon does really good as well, but that's usually, just, book list and 1 or 2 items in. So that might be a little more difficult. You should always be thinking about Amazon and linking as much as you can with Amazon. But what I'm talking about is the other affiliate links. So the ones that you're already making money on, they should be the ones that you write more about and put them more into evergreen and plan them out in your quarterly content so that you know that your readers are already loving them. Maybe you can shed some light on those that haven't converted yet and get them, a little more information so that they can actually convert and to buy. And then the last thing that I would encourage you to do is, if you don't already have a community focused around a theme that you write about. For instance, I have a community called Charlotte Mason, the Charlotte Mason Way community on Facebook. And it's a free group. Anyone can join it if they are interested or already using or implementing the Charlotte Mason Way. And what I do is, when I first started, I was in there all the time. I was really building the community. Now they kind of like help each other. It's a community. But when I see that there's questions asked in there, especially questions that I'm answering a lot or other people are answering a lot, I turn those questions into posts. And there's been time that I've actually asked my community, what would you like me to write about? And they give me my post ideas, and then I turn around and answer their questions and post, and then I share them in my community and say, hey, here's the answer to your questions. And it's a great way to fill your content. So if you're finding yourself in those writer block moments or lacking inspiration or creativity in your blogging, take a step back. Use one of those 5 steps. I'm going to go through them really quick again. Creative ideas, jot them down. Have them in one place so that you can be able to refer to them when you're doing your editorial calendar. Number 2, check out your top 10 posts and write follow-ups for them. And then number 3, monetize your own product with evergreen content. Number 4, same concept, only you do it with the affiliate. So you're monetizing top affiliates with evergreen post. And number 5, answering community questions through post. I hope those 5 things will help you to be able to get inspired and creative at your own blogging and to be able to put it into editorial calendar. Thanks for stopping in and watching this. I hope you have a glorious day and enjoy your writing. Bye-bye.